If you need any Xbox or PlayStation codes or any cheap PC games, check the referral link in the description down below. It'll take you to G2A, and you can use the code CHES at checkout for an extra discount. Also, there's an upcoming $1 entry FIFA Ultimate Team tournament where you can win up to 50,000 FIFA points. Check the link in the description down to Gamer Saloon and sign up now. Hey guys, how's it going? Ches back again and welcome to episode number 55 of the Chelsea Career Mode here on FIFA 16. We start with a game at home against Newcastle United. In today's episode we'll have the final 3 games of the Barclays Premier League season. So obviously I won't be showing you the league table, so we kind of leave it in a little bit of suspense as to whether we're getting the results we need and the points we need to win the title, or whether we're falling short. Newcastle, though, as you can see from that particular highlight there, in between team sheets, are starting Mauro Icardi up top, the Argentine formerly of Inter Milan, of course. I've got Leandro Castan still at centre-back, the Brazilian formerly of Roma, and he's actually scored a very good goal against us in the first season for Newcastle, so we know exactly what to expect from them. We are in very good domestic form right now. We absolutely demolished Everton yesterday, and we're very, very strong in the second Premier League game of the episode as well. Starting off on the front foot here as well, although unfortunately the Newcastle defenders were able to get a block in on Diego Costa's shot after he went on a nice run. Moussa Sissoko skips past the defender there and drives a brilliant ball into the box. The whip on it and placement was absolutely perfect. Unfortunately for Luke de Jong, A, Thibaut Courtois made a wonderful save, and B, he was actually offside, so even if it had gone into the back of the net, it wouldn't have counted. They continue to be on top though. Check Tiote bringing down that clearance from the corner. Leandro Castan's going to swivel it back to his centre-back teammate, Chancel Mbemba, who is very unlucky actually with a brilliant strike, the centre-back, to hit the outside the right post and it go out for a goal kick. That was the closest that either side had come to a goal to this point. Neymar, though, completely tearing apart the Newcastle defence here. Goes for the shot. It's well saved by Tim Krul, but we get a lucky deflection. Drops straight to Diego Costa, and 3 minutes into the second half, we have ourselves a 1-0 lead. Now, we need probably maximum points from the 3 games today, but depending on Arsenal's results, it could go either way for the title, regardless of what results we get. But Neymar brilliantly gets past the defender there, and that 5-star weak foot really comes in handy sometimes, powering that across keeper into the back of the net to make it 2-0 with a 5-star weak foot left-footed shot. Really impressive finish actually. Remy Cabella gets it back to Dariyama. Decent headed clearance by Kurt Zuma, but how's that for a finish from Moussa Sissoko on the volley? Rifles it off the bar. I thought it had taken a deflection initially. It didn't. It just flew straight in off the underside of the bar. Goal line decision system was needed, but it turned out it was the other side of the line, and obviously that was whilst that freeze frame was whilst the ball was still in mid-air. It did actually travel a little bit further over the line, but we were able to regain our 2-goal advantage thanks to another fantastic Gareth Bale free kick. He's done that a number of times for us this season since joining the side, and it's been vital to our league position, and we continue to hold up our title race with a 3-1 victory against Newcastle at home. We travel to Anfield next for a game against the Liverpool side, who are still threatened with relegation. If we can beat them here, it may condemn them to Championship football next season. It depends how other results go. Benteke, Markovic and Coutinho start up top with Lucas Leiva, Milner and Henderson as the midfield 3. They're playing a 4-3-3 formation here. There's the Kop in full voice as well, with all their scarves held high. We're starting, of course, our full strength 11. There was, as it was the end of the season and no more cup football involved, a full week between each of these games, so we were able to start the exact same full strength 11 every single time. Paul Pogba, though, dances inside the box here. I think actually for this game I played David Alaba at centre mid and dropped Cesc Fabregas and played Jose Gaya at left back because he hadn't played for a while. So there is a slight rotation of the squad for this one, but it's still an extremely strong squad. So we're trying our best here against Liverpool. We've had a chance, now they've had a chance. Benteke drawing a save out of Thibaut Courtois with a nice header there. They're pushing through here though. Coutinho skips past one challenge, skips past the second, and then fires it into the back of the net to give them a 1-0 lead after 13 minutes. Really nice run from the Brazilian. Can't deny him the opportunity for the goal there, and he took it very well as well. Gareth Bale trying to score a similar free kick to the one he got against Newcastle, but Adam Bogdan was on hand to tip that over the top of the bar. Paul Pogba sees a man on the edge of the box, so plenty of space there for David Alaba. Brilliant first touch as well, gets it under control, left-footed strike. Not bad for a left-back, although obviously he can score quite a few good goals in real life, David Alaba, and he's done exactly the same for us there. Really nice finish across goal into the back of the net. That gives us a 1-1 scoreline, and we steal it off them in the midfield there. Paul Pogba racing away, kind of has to turn inside Martin Scuttle there, does so brilliantly, has the shot, but Nathaniel Klein gets back. The third defender finally gets a block in and gets the tackle in. We aren't able to get ourselves in front. Then it's Liverpool's turn. Brilliant spin there from Benteke. Does a complete 360 and sends two defenders. Plays the ball through to Lucas Leiva, who finishes it quite nicely. Unfortunately for him, though, he was offside and the goal was not going to count. That 360 spin from Benteke was something I've never seen a striker do on FIFA before, and it worked brilliantly. As did that move there from Jordan Henderson. The feet to jink one way and then back the other. Again, completely sold the defender, and it was Benteke that had the final shot, but unfortunately it was straight at the goalkeeper. They give the ball away here from the throw on. Pogba flicks it back to Ramirez. Plenty of space for Matic to take a touch, give it a whack, and not far away. So close to giving us a goal to go 2-1 in front after 75 minutes or so. And then unfortunately, towards the end of the game, I was going to say Djibril Cissé for some reason. Douglas Costa gets himself injured, and you'll see from the replay, he does actually fall quite awkwardly after challenging in the air with Sacco. Falls on that elbow, and that is going to see him out for a while. We'll find out after the game just how long that his injury is going to keep him out for. But we do get a draw at Anfield. Now, whether that's enough to keep Liverpool up and enough to keep our title hopes alive, we're not sure. But he did actually break his elbow there, Diego Costa, as you could see, and he's out for 2 months. So we don't have our main #1 top goal scorer striker available for the final game of the season at home against Sunderland in the Barclays Premier League. So I put Neymar up top in that striking role because he has performed there in the recent episodes, and we've got Willian now out on the left hand side with Pedro moved up onto the bench, so he'll have the option to be involved again, obviously, if Willian comes off, or if Bale doesn't perform on the right hand side. Then we could swap Willian to the right and then bring Pedro on the left, or equally Pedro could play on the right. So we've got options if things don't necessarily go according to plan. But Sunderland too, playing a 4-2-3-1, seems to be a very popular formation this year with all the CPU teams, and we come close there with Paul Pogba, although we couldn't quite get the accuracy on the header that you wanted. Lovely ball in. Played in from deep from the free kick, but couldn't quite get the shot on target. We steal the ball off, and though with Cesc Fabregas, it took me a split second to realise that Neymar was clean through if I just played the pass. Their centre-backs were completely split, and it was just a simple case of playing the ball to Neymar. He was one-on-one already, and then just side foot finessing it into the back of the net. So Neymar at striker has scored again. Of course, he scored a brace last time we played him at striker, and he's picked up one so far today. Fabregas into Bale here, going to try and have the shot on the left foot, but unfortunately it's well blocked. It could have tried to reverse ball to Cesc Fabregas, but I didn't feel confident of being able to squeeze it through that tiny gap. Great ball in and brilliant header from Kurt Zouma, I think it was, having the eventual header from the corner, but unfortunately it did drop quite safe for the goalkeeper there, Pantinon, who scooped it up. Brilliant clearance by Patrick Van Aanholt, but that was all Sunderland were doing at this point. We're sitting very, very deep and trying to catch me on the counter, trying to get themselves an equaliser. Lovely ball into Neymar. The shot, though, not necessarily as good as it perhaps could have been from Neymar, to be completely honest. Just slashed at it and it went well wide. 64 minutes on the clock when Lee Cattermole plays the ball forward to Liam Bridcut into Martin Braithwaite. Good turn, lets it run across his body, has the shots well saved by Courtois, and then a bit of a mix-up between himself and Willian. Sees the ball, fortunately, squirm free to David Alaba, who has the strength to hold off the defender on his shoulder. Otherwise, it could have been a simple finish for the Sunderland man. Willian, though, plays the ball round the corner here to Ramirez. In stoppage time now at the end of the half, Nathan with, well, the whole goal to aim at, and somehow puts it 10 yards wide. Ridiculous shot from Nathan. I was almost certain that he'd at least get that on target. Been very confident with him so far this season. But we get a 1-0 win, so we do get 3 points. £16.2 million is the prize money. Has that won us the league? You could see there from the slate and now the full league table on your screen. It is not enough to win us the league title. Even if we'd gotten a win against Liverpool, we'd still have been 1 point behind Arsenal, unfortunately. So we have improved from last year. We've gone from third to second in the league. We're a lot closer to the league title winners than we were last year. Liverpool do survive, luckily for them, by 6 points actually from Norwich, so they ended up quite comfortable, but it was touch and go until the very last couple of games. Norwich unfortunately will leave us, as will Nottingham Forest, and I forget who the other side was there down in the relegation zone. But Arsenal win the league, we finish second, Everton third, and in the Champions League next season, Man City fourth, and Manchester United have to settle for Europa League football. But we'll have a full season roundup tomorrow, and obviously we'll look at all things in all competitions in closer depth. But that's going to bring today's episode to a close. Thank you very much for watching. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you haven't already. Check the channel page for anything you may have missed over the past few days, whether it's this series or the My Player series or the wind up to the Wolfsburg series, which happened at the weekend, or of course the Career Mode Road to Glory vote that went up on Sunday. I'll probably be doing a video on that either later tonight or tomorrow to announce who's won, although you could probably just check the straw poll yourselves to announce who's won or to see who's won. But for now, that's going to bring today's afternoon video to a close. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.